In the opening fight of the main card, we have a big welterweight matchup between two very high-level strikers with even bigger personalities and egos. We have Ian Garry, ranked number 7, taking on Michael Venom Page, number 14, who is a legend. He has been known throughout MMA for a very long time for the finishes that he put together over in Bellator. He's finally in the UFC. He's coming off of a win against Kevin Holland in his first stint, and we just can't wait to see what he can do. Ian Garry is a very big challenge. He is a very intelligent fighter. He is very technical. He is undefeated, and MVP is a very, very unique talent. So this will be a very special matchup between two guys that people don't see lose very often or at all. And I can't wait to see how these styles match up and how this fight turns out. Going into this fight, I am leaning slightly towards MVP just because he is a very high-level striker. Only one person has beaten him on the feet, and that was Douglas Lima, and Lima is one of the elites of the elites. I don't necessarily know if Garry is at that level despite his high level of striking acumen. And MVP is just a very unique style. He is very hard to train for. You're not going to find anybody to replicate him. You're not going to find too many people with the speed that he has, especially coming from outside of range into range. It's just a very hard puzzle to work out, and most people do not. So I am figuring that he may carry another win into the top 10 of the UFC rankings. Ian Garry is currently ranked at number 7 at welterweight. He is 14-0, undefeated, with 7 KOs, 1 submission, and 4 first-round finishes. He is 7-0 in the UFC so far, coming off of a win over Jeff Neal. He is a very high-level and technical striker, very educated, very smart. He is very good at keeping distance, especially with regard to his height in that division. He's one of the tallest guys at welterweight. He has a very educated jab that he fights behind. He has a very powerful right cross. He also has a very powerful right kick, whether it's a kick to the knee, a kick to the leg, kick to the body, kick to the head. He has a very powerful rear kick. He also has a very powerful jumping right knee to the body, and he has some high-level jiu-jitsu that we haven't seen very much of, but he has obviously been working on with guys like Charles Oliveira down at Shoot the Box in Brazil. Coming in ranked at number 14 at welterweight, Michael Venom Page is 22-2 in his career. He has 13 KOs, 3 submissions, and 13 first-round finishes. He is in a 2-fight win streak with 1 win in the UFC over Kevin Holland. He is a very unique point karate kickboxing stylist. He is very good at staying on the outside when he isn't ready to engage and blitzing in with big powerful shots like that right hand that he will oftentimes drop people with. He also has a perfectly timed jumping knee that he has put people out with and even broken somebody's skull with. He is very fast with the kicks. He also has a very sneaky elbow that he will throw as he's ducking on opponents if they overextend whenever they're coming in on him. And he has some good submissions, some good jiu-jitsu as well. Keys to victory in this fight: Ian Garry really needs to outmaneuver MVP. He needs to time that blitz so he can move out of the way and counter to the leg, counter upstairs, try to find a clinch, try to get this fight to the ground where he can ground and pound and look for submissions and try to find a finish. On the other hand, MVP really needs to stay light on his feet, find his groove, and use that blitzing style to constantly land on Garry from the outside, likely with the right hand or the left hand. I think switching stances will be helpful for MVP in this instance, since Garry is kind of weak on that right side because he keeps that hand low, chin high, and he largely relies on his ability to jump out of the way in order to avoid shots coming from that side. So I think it would be very beneficial to MVP to go into this fight southpaw and blitz in with that big left hand to find that chin and put him out. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, follow, and check out the link for tools and pages.